after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Mahomes going to throw. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now left side on the swing pass. A first down and more for Edwards-Helaire. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. To throw again on second down. Mahomes, middle of the field, it's Robinson. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 22-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. On first and 10, here's Mahomes.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here at their own 23. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a first and 10 at their own 23.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing second and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of
a fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Chris Godwin.
88 yards.
And the Bucs on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
And now here comes Kansas City. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. On first down, Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After reviewing the play, the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 44 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Well, Charles, there's something that the Chiefs did not do at all in Super Bowl 55, and that's find the end zone, but they're in for 6 here.
Yeah, they could only come up with 3 field goals in that game. A huge surprise to just about everybody out there. But in this one, on the board early compared to the last time they played against this team.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 10.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now Bernard. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Fournette, a first down carry. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
For these Bucs, Charles, 31-9, they were winners the last time these two teams met back in February. And what kind of chances do you give them of going back-to-back? You know, it hasn't been done since the Super Bowls in 2004 and 2005.
But when you analyze this team, you start with the front office.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Frank Clark, his 2nd sack of the night. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. A handoff to Fournette. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
But Charles, you think about these two teams, and think about how long it's been since we've had the same two teams play in the Super Bowl back-to-back years. You have to go back to the Cowboys and Bills almost 30 years ago in the 90s. That's the only time that it's happened in the Super Bowl era. So I'm curious, what kind of chances do you see of us having a Kansas City-Tampa Bay Super Bowl in L.A. come February?
Well, you just pointed out how difficult it is for one team to get back to the Super Bowl, let alone the same two teams to play against each other. So the odds are against that, but when we tell either one of these teams they can't get back there, we think they're two of the best in the league. It shouldn't surprise us if it happens, but it is going against historical precedent. But remember last year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they won the Super Bowl in their own stadium. The only time that's happened in Super Bowl history, too.
takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. This Bucs defense, you remember, pretty stout last year. The number 6 overall unit in the NFL.
And I think that as the season wore on, and you pointed this out to me as well, you start to see some of their rookies begin to figure things out. And they played a little more like a top 2 or 3 defense down the stretch. And I would say that in the playoffs and through the Super Bowl, they were truly the best defense in the NFL.
Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Brady now on 1st down. Looking downfield for Godwin. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 60 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Brady. Flush to his right. Space to run past the 20. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Brady, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 1st down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On
play action. It's Mahomes.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs will take over possession here up at the 44.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Brady now on first down. This is caught by Evans. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Big plays are starting to become...
And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Tom Brady hooking up with Mike Evans there as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Extra point try now for Succop. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
2nd down and goal. Mahomes at a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Demarcus Robinson.
A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Butker now to add the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Leonard Fournette and the rest of the Bucs offense set to take over once more.
It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his...
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
And the Chiefs are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense.
He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll go for it. It's Brady. Eluding the pressure right. And a catch right side by Evans. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
Again, it's Brady.
Again for Evans. This time he's got him.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line. Brady. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Brady now to throw. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Tom Brady, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
I'd have to say we're all a little bit surprised there because at his age, with his speed, or should I say lack thereof, the only rushing touchdowns I would expect are on quarterback sneaks. But here, he found all of his guys covered. He said, why not? And by the way, if that doesn't fire up your team to see the veteran like that risking his body for the touchdown, I don't know what will.
Succop for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. They'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw caught by his receiver, Hill.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
A quick slant to Hill.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Demarcus Robinson.
Demarcus Robinson in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The final shot before half for Brady. Flushed out right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. He's over 300 yards passing already. How high can he go? To find out, let's kick it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. On first down, Brady. There's Evans again, complete. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now Brady, flush to his right. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his second touchdown of the night. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point try now for Suckup. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Here's Mecole Hardman. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Being chased out left. And he goes out right around the 39. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
That's a much-needed accomplishment there on third down. They've been forced to punt far too many times already. They needed something to go their way, and they're able to get a new set of downs.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Now Mahomes gets this one to Hill. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The scoreboard tells the story for him a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. But remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's fourth down.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will close the gap down to 14.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Escaping the pressure right.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
Fournette, touchdown, Buccaneers. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now Pinion with a kickoff honors following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Mahomes now to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Carlton Davis picks it. The 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Suck up for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. KC's offense ready to take over.
And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably...
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
They will run it. It's Fournette. And he is going to lose yardage here. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Eluding the pressure right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Throwing now is Mahomes. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Carlton Davis picks it. There he goes left side. Past the 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Brady going to throw. Flushed out right. This is caught. Touchdown.
Tom Brady to his old Patriot pal, Rob Gronkowski. And the Buccaneers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away.
And a short kick taking it about the 16.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. From just shy of midfield, Mahomes.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. And again, it's Mahomes. The tight end, Kelsey, has it over the middle.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game.
Bruce Arians taking exception to that last call, and he's going to throw out the challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So the challenge does not sway the official's decision. The spot of the football going to remain right where it is.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Mahomes to throw once more, but now it'll be 3rd down. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. After the sack on first down, Brady.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
The Bucs on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. Flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys... After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Mike Evans in the Tampa offense about to set up shop.
2 touchdowns to his credit so far. Charles, I'm curious, do these wide receivers, what do they go in with each week? Is it different week to week for the goals that they personally set for themselves, do you think?
I doubt that it's different from week to week. Maybe because of game plan, they know that one guy might be featured.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return will stop right around the 25. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a...
Wide 80. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. All you get 72.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is caught by Evans. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Throwing on first down is Brady.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Escaping the pressure right. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now Brady again. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And quickly they get to the line. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point try now for Succop. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go.
And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got to a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Mahomes going to throw.
Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey.
And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Mahomes' throw pulled in by Robinson here.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes.
And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Flushed out right.
Finding Edwards-Helaire once again.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now here's Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. The 30. 10. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo
exactly.
going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
He's going to find his tight end Gray complete.
And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Buccaneers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can buy